In 2012, our Virginia and North Carolina crops had to endure unrelenting heat and drought that was devastating to yields and dampened optimism for higher profits. However, just as they have always done, Virginia and North Carolina farmers are looking forward to 2013 with renewed dedication to managing risk and maximizing opportunity for their crop-producing acreage. In the 2012 growing season, it was evident that seed varieties with the highest tolerance to drought and heat stress gave our customers a decided advantage.
A couple of years ago, we didn't have water. It was really dry when it was making an ear, and I was pleased at how well it held up in the dry weather. And then this year, it's had irrigation, and it really performs well more on the top end as well. It's just a good all-around hybrid. Back a couple of years ago, I had other corn doing 60, and this hybrid did 100 to 120 in the dry condition. So I've been real pleased with it over the last couple of years.
Did you make any comparison to seed consultants and other varieties on your particular farm this year?
Yes, we had another variety planted on our farm, and seed consultants will out-yield it very easily. Well, I've seen a lot of the competitors in the area have stopped by and visited some test plots and stuff, so I think they're right up there at the very top here in Virginia in the Shenandoah Valley, and in some cases better.
This is the second year I've had 1130. Last year I planted some down in a field. I had a little left over, and I came up and had a garden that we didn't get planted, and I planted that in 1130, and it just looked better, more robust all summer long. This had been planted into a wheat cover crop with crimson clover and tillage radishes. We let it go until it was April 21st we came down here and planted this. Once it got above the cover, it grew off good. We've been blessed with some rain here in July. We had about 2 inches last week and about 1 inch prior to that. And it's grown off and looked good. Whenever I buy corn, the first thing I look at is drought resistance. And that's the reason I chose the 1130, because it had the highest drought rating. But we're literally looking forward to seeing what this is going to end up doing.
We can use a count on the seed consultants. We get the seed in the ground, and we usually can count on a pretty good crop. It always comes through for us.
SCS 11HQ70 continues to lead our silage lineup for Virginia and North Carolina. Many Virginia and North Carolina silage producers are reporting high tonnage yields and superior forage quality.
The seed consultant corn, especially the HQ70, did very well, and some of the other varieties as well. I need to look back and see exactly which varieties, but it was the early crop was very drought stricken. The later corn did better, but the seed consultant corn did perform above average of any other varieties I did plant. I did plant other varieties. When I first went into business, I bought some corn from a neighboring dairy farm up in Franklin County that the whole silage trench was HQ70, and he even inoculated the corn, and that corn, the cows milked very good off of it. It was the only variety in there, and the reason I wanted it, we had experience with it before with the amount of milk that the cows produce on it. Even last year we had an even hotter summer than this year, and the cows performed over 70 pounds per cow on that silage.
So really, the forage quality on the 11HQ70, that was the reason why you started growing it.
Exactly, and the results of y'all's test plot, I knew that from the test plot the quality stood, but when I went to a different variety of corn, the cows suffered in production.
It is nice looking corn. We're proud of it. It was seed consultants corn, and we were proud of it. We had a good crop this year.
What did that corn yield where they were taking the pictures for the Franklin paper?
Those fields, was in the neighborhood of 30 tons an acre. It was 14 foot tall. It was some 1170, and it pulled the chopper down to about 3 miles an hour, and it's loading 25 tons in a truck in less than 3 minutes.
You may recall that last year we featured SCS 11HR31 and SC 1172 from Seed Consultants as new recommended varieties for our area of Virginia and North Carolina. So how is that working out? Let's take a look and you be the judge.
Placed this hybrid here for its high yield expectancy. As you can see, it's eared up real well. I'm expecting well over 200 bushels here in this field, a field average, at least 200 anyway. Really like this hybrid for dual purpose. The silage numbers are coming in really good. Had a cousin had an analysis done at 42% starch. My nutritionist called in this morning on the one field that was 40%. It's yielding real well as far as tonnage goes. It's a real healthy hybrid. Agronomics are very stable. It's got excellent stalk and root structure. Stands up fairly well to disease. This field here really gets hammered by northern blight and gray leaf. It's in a low-lying area, but it's still showing a little signs of that, but it's really healthy.
In years past, I mean, I live in a dry zone anyway, but it's been dry at different times, and I've had this corn planted across this end of the county in different places. So some of it's hit hot and dry at different times, and from what I can see, I mean, I'm real happy with the way the corn's going to yield everywhere, and the pollination's been real good. I can't complain at all.
We've got a mycogen on one side of this variety, and we've got a Master's Choice on the other. 11HR31 happens to be the tester variety in this plot, so it is replicated many times throughout. And what we have here is two row sets of 11HR31. One side is the mycogen, the other side is the Master's Choice variety. And the comparison here in early October on green life retention is remarkable.
It's 1172. There's a new variety for us. We've been growing 1170 and so forth. And we've had a good moderate moisture year. This was sod planted in some rice stubble, and it seems to be doing well for us this year. Well, we got good standability, got good genetics here. You can look at the ears on the plants. Plants are nice and healthy. Got a good technical people to help us in deciding what varieties we need on the farm and to create plenty of foliage and plenty of grain. If Mother Nature gives us our moisture, genetically we think we're prepared with the plant in the field.
SCS 11HR31 and SC 1172 have added depth to our already formidable list of recommended seed consultants and Supreme EX hybrids. You'd be correct to assume that we're excited about SCS 11HR31 and SC 1172, but that's no excuse for complacency. Our customers have grown to expect industry-leading corn varieties correctly positioned for their production goals. So, for 2013, we've added a new hybrid to our class of regionally adapted varieties, SCS 11HR63.
I'm looking at some 11HR63, a new release for 2013 growing season in Rockingham County, Virginia, at Nelson Everly's test plot. This plot is planted at about 34,000 plants per acre. It's using a twin row corn planter. As we compare and contrast the varieties here on the 2nd of October, what we're seeing here is good tolerance to leaf blights with the 11HR63 and a few other varieties that we have here in the plot, such as our 11AQ72 looks extremely well. If you'll notice, the grain quality here is exceptional on the 11HR63. It is a sister line to our 11HQ70, which has been grown widely for silage in Virginia and North Carolina. 11HR63 stiffens up the stalk quite a bit in comparison to the 70. Gives us a dual purpose application, whereas the 70 was silage specific. And so we're looking for the 11HR63 to become a dominant player in our dual purpose market in Virginia and North Carolina.
Looks like it's going to perform really well for us in this test plot.
What have you been growing?
Most of what we grow is 70 and 38 and some AGT 30.
How do you feel about what you're seeing here with the 63 compared to those varieties?
I think it's going to work out. We might try to incorporate some of it in there. The 38 didn't perform as well for us this year because of the dry weather hit us wrong and it was really, really hot. But the 63, it was planted. This test plot was planted last week in April, I believe, or 1st of May, and it's really showed good drought tolerance because we had a really hot and dry spell right in there, and I believe it's going to be one of the best performers in the test plot.
Just as research told us that SCS 11HQ70, SC11AGT30, SC1172, and SCS 11HR31 are the right variety recommendations for our corn-producing customers, SCS 11HR63 was a standout in 2011 and 2012 testing, and we're excited to recommend it for silage and grain production acreage in 2013. Due to the epic drought of 2012 that created catastrophic losses in both field corn and seed corn production, many growers are concerned about the availability of seed for 2013. While Seed Consultants has been affected on some production acres, we want to emphasize that overall supplies are good.
We're looking at a field of 11 GT72. This is the seed crop for our 2013 production year, and we really like what we see here. Everybody knows about the profound drought conditions in the Midwest this year. Fortunately, Dan's been able to time the weather with this crop of 11 GT72, and looks like we've got excellent results here with it, Dan.
Yes, we were able to get partial success here. Was in we were irrigated here, plus we were a little later planted in May. We missed a lot of the heat stress from the middle of July, so all in all we had a real successful crop here.
We've been growing Seed Consultants for probably about 4 or 5 years now, and the last 2 years we've planted nothing but Seed Consultant, and we've been very pleased. It's quality seed and it's done a good job for us.
I guess one thing that's that I've liked about Seed Consultant, I've planted their seed for a few years. They have a good price, competitive price on their seed, and I'm seeing seed corn that performs. It yields, it does its job at a good price and good quality. So all around, I like what I'm seeing, and I'll be planting more of it.
Locally adapted varieties and the latest technology. That's a powerful combination for your farm. Our customers and dealers are the heart of our seed business. We take it very seriously when you commit corn acreage to Seed Consultants. It's teaming with forward-thinking growers like you that makes the idea of moving yields forward a reality. We look forward to working with you on your 2013 crop.